So was you prepared for this? You know, I wasn't prepared for this. 5 months, 5 weeks, 2 days. I don't know how long this is going to take, but it's not looking good. We're going to get into some updates. We're going to get into a Tucker Carlson clip too as well, because I think what he said was pretty significant when it comes to what happened in Saudi Arabia the last day or two, right? And what's going to happen tonight. This is getting really crazy. We got some warnings for our troops too as well. And if you're an American and if you're over in that vicinity, you might ought to start packing your bags. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right. It's getting a little crazy. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Masterbox. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We're going to start kicking out some more videos. I kind of like been a little lazy with the channel, but I'm going to start doing more videos, current events, things of that nature, and doing some shock videos too. We're going to get into this first, and then we'll get into some more aspects of what's going to happen here in America, because we had a scary incident in Austin, Texas. You know, and I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think it had a lot to do with what's going on overseas. I'm not going to say the T word, but it don't look good, right? So I think we need to keep our head on a swivel, keep a lookout, especially if you're in public, you know, just keep your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? Now, this security update is pretty interesting. Now, this was updated on the 2nd. This should have been out last week, I believe, probably before the bomb started dropping, essentially, just to get our people out of the way. Now, this is what it says here. Depart now via commercial means or whatever you can do. If you are in Bahrain, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Israel, West Bank, particularly Gaza, hopefully you're not there, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, they're getting hit. Dubai is getting hit too. That's crazy. Dubai is getting hit like crazy. Syria, United Arab Emirates, Yemen. If you're in these areas, you should have been out of there last week. This actual update, this letter, this particular warning should have been out last week. But it's a little late, right? It's a little late, and it was updated on the 2nd. And I got to tell you what Trump is saying right now. We may be there for more than 5 weeks. I don't think we have the funds to do that. I really don't. We're running out of interceptors. If you know what I'm talking about, Patriot batteries are getting low. We're getting hit pretty hard, man. And then all the other surrounding states, all the other surrounding areas that are around Iran, they're taking strays. They're getting hit. Let's go ahead and get into this next update. So when it comes to the troops, this is what everybody's worried about. Boots on the ground. You got Israel getting about 100,000 troops ready. They're conscripting, essentially, you know, pulling reserves up. Will we have to do the same? Because I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park. You have Hegseth here behind me. Let's hear what he has to say about this, because we know Trump is actually ready to pull the switch when it comes to boots on the ground. Here's the Secretary of War. Let's listen to what he has to say, because his take is a little more convoluted, if you will. Let's go ahead.
Are there currently any American boots on the ground in Iran?
No, but we're not going to go into the exercise of what we will or will not do. I think it's one of those fallacies for a long time that this department or presidents or others should tell the American people this, and our enemies, by the way, here's exactly what we'll do. Here's exactly how long we'll go. Here's exactly how far we'll go. Here's what we're willing to do and not do. It's foolishness. And so President Trump ensures that our enemies understand we'll go as far as we need to go to advance American interests. But we're not dumb about it. You don't have to roll 200,000 people in there and stay for 20 years. We've proven that you can achieve objectives that advance American interests without being foolish about it. Now, will we be bold about it? Are we willing to be decisive about it? Do we put months and months of planning into what kind of effects we want to achieve? Absolutely. But going forward, why in the world would we tell you, the enemy, anybody, what we will or will not do in pursuit of an objective? We fight to win. We fight to achieve the objectives the President of the United States has laid out, and we will do so unapologetically.
So what's your take? Let me know in the comment section. You heard Hegseth. I think they're going to use boots. I think we're being pulled into this, and I think it's a meat grinder. I really do think it's a meat grinder, and I don't want our troops going into this. It's going to take well over 200,000 with a combined effort, and I don't know if the UK is going to get involved, but I will tell you this. It's going to get very ugly. There's 2, maybe 3 things I need to point out right now. Right now, this is what I want to focus on. Everybody's focusing on this weird rash or whatever this is on Donald Trump's neck. A lot of people were focused on this. This was in an interview he had. I think there was a side view. A cameraman caught this. This was recent. I think it was actually today. Now, what I'm seeing here and what I know with this is a stress rash. And this type of rash is when you are highly stressed out, right? This can be at any parts of the body, but I think a lot of people are calling this melanoma, as you know, some type of skin cancer or whatever. This is a skin rash, and a lot of it is brought on by stress. This man is under a lot of stress. I've seen a lot of videos, especially today when he was standing in front of the young man when he was doing the Congressional Medal of Honor. I think it was a presentation. Donald Trump does not look good. He's very stressed right now. I think he's been misled many times, especially during the first term. This time, I think it's really bad. I think he's being misled. That's just my opinion, you know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section. I want to pay close attention to this as well. Listen to what Tucker says. This has a lot to do with what happened with Saudi Arabia and the oil field that was kind of attacked by the drones, the Dubai situation. Listen to what he has been told.
Last night, in Qatar and Saudi Arabia, authorities arrested Mossad agents planning on committing bombings in those countries. Now, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense. Why would the Israelis be committing bombings in two Gulf countries, which are also being attacked by Iran? Aren't they on the same side? No. Israel wants to hurt Iran and Qatar and UAE and Saudi and Bahrain and Oman and Kuwait.
So just to extend on that, because that was pretty interesting what, Tucker had to say. Iran said they had nothing to do with that. When it comes to the Saudi Arabia situation with the oil fields, all that stuff, they said they didn't do that. And then you get this actual, statement from Tucker. This is what he's being told. There's some actual jackal action, if you know what I'm talking about, that's coming from Israel. This whole thing is so complicated. I just, I don't even know how to call it. All I know is I think we're in a mess right now. I think we're getting pulled towards a meat grinder, and I just don't like what's about to happen. I really don't. Now, I want to get to this before we get out of here. This is a breaking actual report here from Defense Journal. This has actually been repetitive throughout the last 2 to 3 hours. This is where I've seen it first. Hypersonic missiles from Iran reportedly has targeted a security meeting that was in Tel Aviv. Apparently 10 plus Israeli defense forces, we're talking about generals, were at this particular meeting, and apparently they were killed during this strike. So again, a lot of these reports actually mirror this one. So they're running parallel. Everything is kind of consistent. We'll see if this news breaks, but apparently 10 Israeli defense forces, the generals, essentially, they were in a defense meeting. They were targeted by one of these hypersonic missiles, and we all know these missiles are very hard to shoot down. It took about 11 of them to bring down one Fatah. I saw that video yesterday. 11 actual interceptors, and I think only one hit it, right? So these things are very quick, and apparently, God rest their soul. These are human beings, but apparently 10 of the actual defense generals that were in this meeting in Tel Aviv were actually killed, allegedly. So this is getting very, very interesting. And I want to leave with this, man. If you have anybody overseas at this point in time, get in touch with them if you can. Make sure they're okay, because this is about to get messy. And as we know from the Trump administration, we heard it from Trump, we heard it from the Secretary of War. This may go on for months, all right? And I don't even know if we have enough money and interceptors to even outlast this particular barrage that's coming from Iran, because they have a lot of missiles, and we do know they're getting help from Russia and China under the table as well. So, and North Korea as well. He's already said he's willing to bring one missile. This guy, the actual leader of North Korea, you know who I'm talking about. He said he has one missile that can completely wipe Israel off the map. God forbid, because we want this to calm down. We want diplomatic solutions here. But when it comes to what I'm seeing here and what I'm reading, and there's a lot I want to get into, but it's just too much dropping right now. It's not good. All right. Let me know what you think about this report in the comment section. Let me know if you got loved ones that are in the target, that are in the crosshairs, and let me know if they're okay. All right. Take it easy.